YoungstaCPT is a 31-year-old Afrikaner rapper who easily is one of the most recognized public figures from Cape Town, South Africa, along with the likes of aka D Koala and Bravo La Rocks, just to mention a few. But YoungstaCPT is different. He's not just your average typical rapper going from gig to gig rapping the air out of his lungs. He has been crowned as the king of Cape Town rap for years. He is his own boss, and has a vision that he claims will change the future of Cape Town's society forever. And with the vast majority of people from his community being vilified on mainstream media for causing violence, gangsterism, smuggling substances, and crime, YoungstaCPT spent most of his music career trying to convince the public that colored people are actually the opposite of what many people think. But some people are not buying it, which makes YoungstaCPT even more eager and motivated to stop at nothing to end that narrative. Hi, I'm Pluton, and I make videos like this every time. Riyad Roberts was born in 1991 December 22nd, in a place called Witboom in Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town being the most visited province in the country. Growing up in the Cape Flats, a neighborhood riddled with socio-economic challenges, YoungstaCPT was influenced by the rich cultural tapestry that surrounded him. His mixed heritage of Cape Malay and colored ethnicity added depth to his identity and music. He was raised by a single mother, Rafika Roberts, together with his grandmother who was a school teacher. His father wasn't in the picture even though he tried reaching out to him several times. To fill the void of his father's absence, he turned to hip-hop music as a coping mechanism. His mom used to play him a lot of music. She played everything from house, dance, and mostly hip-hop music so that the house wouldn't be too quiet because it was just the two of them living there. A mother and a young son living independently in one of the most dangerous places in Cape Town. Fast forward a couple of years later, YoungstaCPT would then get exposed to the music of rappers like Tupac, N.W.A., the Notorious B.I.G., Lil Wayne, and many others who were dominating the hip-hop genre at the time. He described the feeling of listening to the music as weird, bizarre, and enlightening at the same time. That's because most of these Compton rappers would rap about incidences and situations that were actually happening in his community. Drug addiction, social inequality, gambling, homelessness, crime, oppression, and many other social and political problems made him feel like Tupac and B.I.G. were actually telling his story. As he traversed the streets of Cape Town, the struggles faced by his community became even more clearer to him. Despite growing up without his father playing a part in his life, YoungstaCPT was still determined to help members of his community. And since he was young at the time, his family didn't have that much money, and he had nothing to lose. He saw music as his only way out. These experiences became the foundation of his storytelling. He called himself Youngsta because he was the youngest person in his family, and from there, YoungstaCPT was on a mission. He wanted to be a voice for his community, and he felt a responsibility to shed light on these issues through his music. His mother recognized his passion for music and supported his creative pursuits. However, it was his grandfather who had a profound impact on him. His grandfather, a legendary Cape jazz musician, introduced him to various musical genres, sparking YoungstaCPT's curiosity and inspiring him to create his unique sound. He wrote his first song just at the age of 12 years old, and since then YoungstaCPT's career reached new heights as he released compelling songs that resonated with the masses. Tracks like Yassies and Saludas became anthems, capturing the attention of listeners across South Africa and beyond. Upon the release of Yassies, it exploded into the music industry, garnering over 600,000 views on YouTube in just a few days, and also topped the coveted 5FM hip-hop charts, which is a big deal, especially for an independent artist from Cape Town. And in honor of the success of the track, him and the producer of the track Psycho Beats released a documentary on how the song came to be. The documentary follows Youngsta and his journey through the production of Yassies.
When he sent me the beat was named Yassies. Okay, and then I had written a song in my book. As you can see, I'm one of the few rappers who still got books.
In the documentary, he talks about his vision to step outside the common music box and rap about real and relatable happenings.
How do you get that right?
Look, my music is based on how I would say geography.
Right.
So it's about where we're from as black people, as colored people. It's about where you find us. You don't always find us in the streets.
True.
Youngsta's ability to blend thought-provoking lyrics with infectious beats made him a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. He released a series of 30 mixtapes and albums, including 3T, which stands for Things Take Time, and would later earn him an award for Best Hip-Hop Album at the South African Music Awards, also known as the SAMAs.
Unlock the doors, koppel for the next generation, as white till the end, as Westkap tot laat, salute.
These projects showcased his growth as an artist, and after winning the award he solidified his position as a prominent figure in South African hip-hop. He even got his flowers from one of the most reputable and recognized faces of SA hip-hop, Casper Novist, when he tweeted, "Youngsta is so important to our culture and our country. Such a rare breed, a role model, a man with substance. I salute you, dog. Thank you for representing your people so well." Listening to 3T and this does not deserve a fast listen. Salutas, let me digest. To which Youngsta responded, "I saw you carve a lane for yourself, so I was inspired to do the same. Mutual respect, brew. Rio recognizes real." And it's worth noting that YoungstaCPT's music was not just limited to albums and mixtapes alone, as he also released an EP titled Kapstad's Revenge, which is a collection of songs that paid homage to his hometown and its unique culture. This project further propelled his career and expanded his reach, and throughout his journey, YoungstaCPT's exceptional talent was acknowledged by the industry, allowing him to collaborate with various artists both nationally and internationally. In 2022 he was featured on the Never Ride remix, in which a lot of fans would later say that he had one of the best verses in the song alongside Shava, Lucas Raps, and Saudi. Fortunately enough, the song also won an award for Best Remix of 2022 in the South African Hip Hop Awards. Things were going great for YoungstaCPT, until tragedy knocked on his door. On February 23rd of 2022, YoungstaCPT would receive one of the most tragic news of his life.
Tonight, South Africa is mourning the loss of rapper and fashion designer Ricky Rick. The 34-year-old is believed to have died by in the early hours of this morning. Ricardo Musiwendlovu Mokado will be remembered as a visionary artist. He had openly talked about his battle with depression.
He woke up on that day with rumors circulating around the internet, specifically on Twitter, that his longtime friend and iconic South African rapper Ricky Rick had tragically passed away. And just like everybody else, he first didn't believe it. But as more and more people posted about it on social media and Ricky Rick's crew coming out and confirming that indeed the rapper is no longer with us, this devastated YoungstaCPT. And it wasn't just him who broke down in tears, but other public figures like Casper Novist and many more others who were close to Ricky Rick also sent out their condolences. Now I'm not gonna cover that much information about Ricky Rick in this video, but if you want me to do a separate video on him, just let me know in the comments section down below. Not long after that, Youngsta went on to release a tribute song dedicated to the legendary rapper Rick titled, Dear Ricardo Love Riyadh. The song was received well by the fans and is now currently sitting at more than 200,000 Spotify plays. As if the situation wasn't bad enough, another friend of his met his unfortunate demise on the 10th of February 2023. Kiernan Jared Forbes, known professionally as AK, was a South African rapper, record producer and businessman who was brutally shot dead during his visit to Durban, which is a popular South African province.
Well, the investigation into the murder of South African rapper AKA and his close friend Tabelo Matswane will be taken over by the KwaZulu-Natal Organised Crime Team. It is believed that the rapper and Matswane, who was an entrepreneur and Forbes' business partner, were leaving Wish Restaurant on Florida Road when two men on foot fired shots at them in Durban last night. A third victim, believed to be Forbes' bodyguard, was injured and taken to hospital. AKA's family, in a statement, has asked for space as they wait for the circumstances surrounding this brutal shooting to become clearer. Police say the motive for the killing is unknown.
The passing of these two iconic game changers of the music industry in South Africa definitely had a severe impact on YoungstaCPT. Given that AKA is originally from Cape Town but was raised in Johannesburg, Youngsta caught some wind on Twitter and social media in general, after he publicly said that whoever shot AK would have been found in less than an hour if the incident happened in Cape Town. The tweet went viral, but Youngsta didn't like that.
But I made a statement that said, if this happened in Cape Town, and the tweet went viral, it just went everywhere. I just got people phoning me, and newspapers were trying to contact me, and TV and SABC1 wanted me to come there and do a memorial show for him and all those things. And I just thought to myself, I've been making songs for all these years. I've been saying so much meaningful stuff in my songs. I speak about colonization and slavery and reclaiming land and taking back our stolen identity that was, robbed of us. And this is the thing that went viral, when I said something negative. When I said something that had to do with violence or retaliation or revenge. This is what got picked up. I got like 2 million views on that tweet. Let me post it.
Another thing that caught fans by surprise was when Casper Novist, another artist who had a public beef with AK, took to Twitter to shout out the rapper after his passing, saying, My sincere condolences goes out to Kiernan and Tibello's families, colleagues and fans. May their souls rest in peace and their legacies be celebrated. May the good Lord be with all of you at this sad time. And since he couldn't attend the rapper's funeral on the day of his rest, this is what he had to say about it. Unfortunately, I'll be out of the country for work, but if I was around I would have went, referring to the funeral. And no matter how you look at it, me and Kiernan shared a lot of great moments together, and he contributed to my industry, so have to pay my respects. On the other hand, YoungstaCPT also paid a heartwarming tribute to AKA in a memorial service that he hosted.
Of course, mi casa. So I know that like I said, some of you have never been here before.
Overall, the deaths of Ricky Rick and AKA changed him for the better as a person, but Youngsta wasn't gonna let that stop him from growing as an artist. He started his own clothing brand called YGen in July 2019. The store sells everything from t-shirts to sneakers and is just another way for YoungstaCPT to cement his brand. I've studied American rappers and they always have their own clothing brands, so naturally I had to have something that links to my music, he said.
Look at this. Look at this here. That's my company logo on a grasshopper. This jacket is made by a designer for YGen. The t-shirt I'm wearing underneath is YGen. I wear my own clothes now. I sell my own clothes now.
He also plans to build his own studio, saying, I want more independence, more entrepreneurship, more solution-building self-improvement, and self-awareness. YoungstaCPT has used his underdog status to his advantage and hopes that other up-and-coming artists see that there's value in doing the same. Sometimes being underrated or unappreciated can work in your favor. That way no one thinks you'll be the one to pull the mat from under them. And by the time they look up, you are ahead because they were never paying attention to you. YoungstaCPT's music and storytelling captured the hearts and minds of a generation. He used his platform to shed light on social issues, bringing attention to the struggles faced by his community. Through resilience, determination, and artistic excellence, YoungstaCPT overcame the challenges that life presented him and became an inspiration for aspiring musicians and young individuals across South Africa. As YoungstaCPT's journey continues, his impact remains imprinted on the music industry and the hearts of his fans. Until today, his unwavering dedication to his craft and his commitment to his community made him a true legend in the making.